So we're going to cook lentils.
Okay.
These are just normal red lentils.
Yes.
Okay. It's called masoor dal.
Masoor dal.
Masoor.
Okay.
And essentially dal, it's kind of slightly difficult to understand because dal can mean the lentils alone, or it can mean a lentil curry with all the masalas added to it.
Okay.
So it's when someone says, would you like to eat dal, it just means lentil curry.
Okay.
But you can also refer to the lentils as just dal. Now, two things we're going to do here, which is a little bit of a trick. We're going to put a tiny little bit of turmeric.
Yeah.
Now, this stuff.
Which is that one?
That's right,
Yay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yay, blue, learning fast. Excellent.
Okay.
So, tiny, that's just half a teaspoon.
Yes.
You just put that in the water. The other thing you do is you put a tiny little teaspoon of oil, and you do that to prevent it from foaming too much.
Foaming, not
Yeah,
sticking.
so
Okay.
it's just to get the dal cooking exactly the way you want it. It's a tiny little bit. So basically the dal's bubbling away,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so we just let it cook. So it's boiling away.
Fine.
And what you'll find is, and I'll show you in a minute, it first goes all sort of disintegrates. It looks quite fibrousy.
Okay.
And then it just really nicely integrates with the water. So it almost turns into a soup.
So it absorbs
Yeah,
water.
exactly. It absorbs water,
Yeah.
and first it's like fibers,
Yeah.
little fibers, and then it just nicely mixes up with the water, so you get a nice soup-like consistency.
Okay,
And what we're
great.
going to do then, when it starts getting this fibrous texture, we're going to put a carrot in it, okay, and we're going to put some peas in it as well.
Okay.
And you can put anything you like, any veggies. Then the only thing that you've got to do after that is literally in a small saucepan, make what's called a tadka.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that?
Can you say it?
No. Say it again.
Try. Tadka.
Tadka.
Very good. Okay, you have Indian now, sorry. So the tadka is basically like a tempering of spices. Okay. You take a little pan, you heat up some oil in it. What we're going to use is ghee, which is clarified butter.
Right.
Ghee. Ghee.
Okay.
Okay. Clarified butter. It's essentially butter
Yes.
that's been cooked for hours and hours until you get rid of all these sediments and bad things in it, and you get a very, very fatty form of the most delicious butter.
Okay.
Okay, but it tastes absolutely superb. Trust me, once you've tried that, you'll
Right.
never switch to anything.
Okay.
However, treat with caution, not good for slim waistlines. Yeah, as you can imagine. And then we've got chili powder,
Yeah, you should.
right,
Yeah.
which is, not to
Great.
worry, whole chili,
Dries?
which dries up,
Not raw?
not raw, not
Okay.
fresh. You buy it in a pack.
Okay.
Okay, and you stick it in with your oil and your red chili
Whole,
powder,
like this?
whole, and it's
Okay.
not very spicy because it's whole.
Yes.
You just get a little bit of a flavor of the chili in your
Okay,
oil.
good.
And then finally we've got whole cumin seeds.
Fantastic.
Okay, you're probably thinking, bloody hell, I'm never, ever going to buy all these things, but
Yeah.
it's not that difficult to get hold of,
No.
honestly.
Okay.
Finally, this is asafoetida. Completely optional. It's called hing in Hindi. That's
Okay.
right, hing. And basically, it's gum arabic, which is like a glue,
Yeah.
but it's dried and powdered.
Okay.
And I cannot explain it to you. It is the most foul-smelling spice
Oh, great.
you will ever come across. Have a sniff.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Do I want to do this?
Smell it.
Oh, it's
I know.
bitter.
It is
it's
pretty
not so
foul.
bad, but it's bitter.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. It's,
But
yeah,
when you put this in hot oil,
yes.
it adds this phenomenal buttery flavor to the dish. I cannot explain it to you. It's
So you don't
just
get that taste.
no.
It
You don't get the bitterness, but you just get the most delicious buttery flavor
Okay.
you can imagine. And we will use all of these spices: the ghee, the asafoetida, the chili powder, the whole chili, to create the tadka, which just finishes off the lentils.
Okay.
And this essentially is what gives the lentils a taste, because otherwise it's a bit dull, isn't it?
Okay.
It's just boiled
But
lentils.
this, if I didn't have this at home, because it's quite specialist, it wouldn't be a problem. You don't have to have
You don't
this.
have to have this, but
Okay.
on all of those websites, they sell
can
them.
get that.
Yeah,
Fine.
so you can just get that, and
Great.
then there are loads of recipes you can use it on.
Great,
Good.
okay.
Shall we check on the lentils?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Great.
Dal's cooking really well. I've just
Right.
taken off the flame.
And that's perfectly normal for it to foam like that, is it?
Perfectly normal. And in
Okay.
fact, putting the turmeric and the and the oil in probably
induces
prevented it
okay.
from bubbling up too much.
Okay.
So all you've got to do now is just throw. This is scum, you see.
Yeah.
All this foam is just scum. Just skim it off the surface and chuck it.
Okay. Fine.
Whew, this is why also never a good idea to get drunk before your food is cooked.
Wine with the meal, but not too much.
Not too
before.
much before, exactly.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so we get rid of that. That's very normal, right?
Okay.
Look, fantastic. Okay.
Oh gosh, it's gone really thick, hasn't it?
It has, but can you see that it's going nicely fibrous?
Yeah.
So it's cooking away nicely. That's only taken about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So what we do now that it's gone fibrously, we can actually go in with the vegetables.
Excellent.
And then all you've got to do is chop up the carrots.
Okay.
You know, you can go as fat, as thin, however you like to chop them. You know, this is not a science at all. Just choose your way.
And will this mush down, or does it retain its shape?
It should retain its shape, yes.
Okay.
So you want it to be, you want it to have its shape. So don't put it in too quick.
No.
Because then all you're going to get is like some sort of mashed up soup.
Yeah.
Whereas what you want is a proper Indian dal.
Excellent.
Yeah?
Okay.
Right. Drop in your carrots. You could drop in your peas as well.
Okay.
Right. Give it a good stir.
Yeah.
And then that's it really. And then finally we'll make tadka.
Okay.
And we're going to use this to make it. Here's one I bought in India.
Okay. Again, I've
So
not
don't
seen
go searching for it in Debenhams because you're not going to find it.
Okay.
But
If I didn't have one like this, could I just use a small milk pan or something
exactly,
like that?
a frying pan, a really small frying pan
Great.
works very well.
Okay.
But that's what I tend to use.
Right.
And all we'll do is heat the oil,
Yes.
put in the whole spices that we just talked about, and then mix it into this, and it's done.
And it's done.
That is super
That's
simple,
great.
isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, isn't it? Super simple.
Okay.
Okay.
This on its own wouldn't actually have any flavour.
Not
That's
at
why
all.
you need to do
Exactly.
spices.
That
Okay.
has nothing in it apart from the vegetables.
Okay.
And a tiny bit of turmeric, so it won't actually taste of anything at all.
Okay.
So we have to make tadka, you see.
Right.
Otherwise, a bit pointless.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Final step.
Yes.
Give the dal a good stir. Take that, right, and stand back and go in.
Okay.
Right? Can you see that?
Yes.
Oh, that looks. Stir it in
Oh,
nicely.
it smells fantastic actually.
Lower the flame to a gentle simmer. Up until now, we've kept it on a very high flame,
Okay.
right?
Great.
You can spoon in. My granny used to do this when we
You
were
don't waste
little.
any.
So you don't waste any tadka. Go
Good
in.
idea.
Spoon that back in and give it a good old stir to mix the whole lot in.
Okay.
Now, if you think this is still too thick, I quite like it with this consistency, nice and thick. If you think it's too thick, you could just water it down a bit more, but I like it like this.
Yeah.
And finally, just add salt.
That's it.
That's it.
Fantastic.
What do you think?
Quick and easy. Even I can do it.
quickindiancooking.com
Excellent.